Where can I buy nodes? How much do they cost? How do I get my hands on the GUN token? These are some of your most frequently asked questions you had on my last off the grid video. So I thought it would be a great idea to do a follow-up video and go into greater details on each of your questions. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Crypto Gorilla video. As usual, I'm not a financial advisor. Hit that subscribe button and let's dive right into it. So first up, how do nodes work and how do they earn GUN tokens? I've seen a ton of speculation across Twitter, people talking about rev share and token buybacks. None of that is accurate. There are only two ways that have been confirmed that node operators can earn GUN tokens. The first way is by operating the nodes. When a player extracts a hex in game and goes to open it, they need to pay a fee in GUN tokens directly to the node operator. This task, called decoding, is randomly assigned to one of 10,000 nodes based on hash power. And then 100% of the fee that the player spent to decode the hex is awarded to the winning node. So that is the first way to earn GUN tokens. The second confirmed way is through resale commissions, because for every asset that a node decodes, whenever that asset is sold on the secondary marketplace, the node operator receives a commission off of that sale, and it's anywhere between 1% and 3% based on your node rarity. So you could just imagine the potential here if the assets in Off the Grid become as popular as assets in, say, Counter-Strike. And if your node decodes a skin that is worth $100,000, you'll be receiving anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 every time that asset sells on the secondary marketplace forever. So if it sells 20 times in a year, that's anywhere from $20,000 to $60,000 in commissions. And all of this is seamless and instant as it is powered by blockchain technology. It's handled by code without any human intervention. So those are the only two confirmed ways that node operators can earn GUN tokens, and it's directly from the players. So now that we understand the earning potential, how much do nodes cost? So there are 5 different rarities for nodes, each with their own price, supply, commission rate, and hash power. Of the 3 rarities that were available during the pre-sale, there was common, rare, and epic. Commons have 6,000 supply and sold for $2,000 US each. The rares have 3,000 supply and went for $5,000 each, and the epics have 900 supply and sold for $20,000 each. Now, the benefit of paying more for a rarer node is found in both the commission rate and the hash power. So the commission rate is how much that node earns you off of an item resale on the secondary market. So a common gets 1%, rare gets 2%, and epics get 3%. And then we have hash power, which determines your odds of winning the task to decode a hex, since it's chosen at random. So commons have 40 hash power, a rare has 120. So even though it's 2.5x the price of a common, it gets 3x the hash power. And then epics, which are 10x the price of a common, they get 15x the hash power at 600. Now you might remember earlier I said there's 10,000 nodes and 5 rarities, but if you just did the math, you'll have noticed that I only mentioned 9,900 nodes and 3 rarities. And that's because if you look on the hacker website, which is where you go to operate your node, you can see that there's 5 different kinds. There is legendary and there is ancient nodes. However, we don't know how much these costed. We don't know the commission rate or the hash power, but I think it's safe to assume that they were probably very expensive. I'm talking 6 figures or more, and they were most likely only offered to special strategic partners. So now we know what they do. We know how much they cost. Where do you buy a Gunzilla node? Now, if you want to buy a Gunzilla node directly off Gunzilla for the original price, no markup of $2,000, $5,000, or $20,000, unfortunately, you can't. The node sale actually began as early as 2022, where they sold 50% of the supply, and the remainder was sold in the following years. However, there was no public sale. Nodes were sold directly to strategic partners, so special groups, VCs, content creators, guilds, and so on. And while you might say this sounds unfair, Think about it this way. If you were offered a node in 2022 for $2,000 to $20,000 and you were told the game wouldn't be available until late 2024, early 2025, you probably would have said no, especially with no early access or pioneer program to try out the game for yourself. Now, if you absolutely must have ownership of a node today, your only option is to do an OTC deal, an over-the-counter deal, which involves a lot of trust. So for 99.9% of people watching this video, I would not suggest you do this, as random anonymous people over the internet tend to do scammy things. And even if you do find somebody you can trust and you make the deal, they won't be able to send you the node until the mainnet goes live, because they are not transferable on the test net. So if you really do want one, your best bet is to wait until the GUNZ mainnet goes live, which is probably your next question. When is the GUNZ mainnet going live? Which unfortunately, we don't know. The team has not revealed an exact date. However, it can be as early as Q4 of this year. So anytime in the next 2 months, which is when I'm hoping it happens, as that would be very bullish for the overall gaming market, as I think this token is going to do incredibly well. Which leads into the next question that I get: are Gunzilla nodes going to be profitable? To which I say it's impossible to know. One, we don't know how much the Gun token is going to be trading for. And two, we don't know how successful Off the Grid is going to be. Early access has only been live for 2 weeks. And if we look at the transactions here on their website, you can see it's been fairly consistent over the period of the early access, anywhere from 3.5 million to 4 million transactions per day. So it's great to see that it wasn't a one weekend pump and dump and now it's pretty much at zero and nobody's playing. And it's really hard to build a successful game that manages to get and sustain hundreds of millions of players. And Gunzilla nodes operate very differently from traditional nodes. Most projects sell nodes as a disguised token presale that they package inside these nodes of different tiers, and they sell them at ridiculous valuations. And it's just an excuse for them to offload 20, 30% of their token and make a bag before anything goes live. I have been very critical and outspoken about how much I don't like node sales. But when it comes to Gunzilla nodes, the success of the nodes is 100% dependent on the success of their games. Plain and simple. If nobody's playing Off the Grid or the other games that they produce, nobody is going to be decoding and nobody is going to be trading items on the secondary market, so zero fees for node operators. But on the other hand, if the game is super successful, a ton of people are going to be using the nodes and these are going to absolutely print. So yes, it is still a risk to buy the nodes. This is not a guaranteed win by any means. However, it's also not the team's first rodeo. If we look at their history, the previous title that the core team built managed to get over 140 million users and bring in over $1 billion in revenues. And they also have some really big names on their core team. One of the co-founders is Neil Blomkamp, who is the director behind movies like District 9, Chappie, Elysium, and Gran Turismo. The company has also raised tens of millions of dollars, and they have 360 full-time employees making sure this studio is going to be a success. Now, the other thing to remember is this is a studio play. It's not Off the Grid nodes. These are Gunzilla nodes. So the node operators may be able to benefit in the future from every game that Gunzilla produces, as well as every game that they bring into the Gunzilla ecosystem. So if we use Nintendo as an example, these aren't Super Mario nodes. These are Mario nodes, Zelda, Metroid Prime, and then they go and partner with another IP, so it becomes a node for Rabbids and whatever other third-party franchise they manage to bring into their ecosystem. So the more successful titles they produce and onboard, the better it is for node operators. Next question we have: is it true my gun tokens will disappear? Yes, since we are currently on the testnet, all of the gun tokens that you are currently earning by playing, so getting kills, winning rounds, extracting hexes, and so on, will be wiped. However, don't panic. The team is going to give you multiple warnings and a specific date before they do this. Now, on the other end, all of the assets that you have been unlocking by decoding, as well as all the assets that you are buying on the secondary marketplace, those will transfer from testnet to mainnet and will not disappear. So once the GUNZ mainnet goes live, all of your skins, weapons, attachments, customizations, and cyber limbs are going to still be in your account on the mainnet. So what I've been doing is I've been spending my gun tokens on things that I need to win the game and build better loadouts, but also going out and buying assets that I believe are going to be the most desirable because these have a limited supply. So I've been buying skins as well as cosmetics. Now, if all of the gun tokens are going to disappear, why are node operators still operating their nodes? They're not getting any rewards. It's all going to be wiped, which while it's true, they aren't earning any mainnet gun tokens, the assets that they decode are still going to transfer over to the mainnet. And like we mentioned in how nodes earn gun tokens, they get commissions on all these secondary sales. So all of the items that are going from testnet to mainnet, once they're sold on the mainnet, they are going to receive commissions off of those sales. So it is still beneficial if you own a node to start powering it right now. Which brings us to the next question: how do I run my node? So if you do own a node, you would just go to the hackers website. I will put a link to that in the description down below. You just connect the wallet that holds the node inside of it, and you're going to be able to run it. It is very easy. It's not like traditional nodes where you need to maintain it and your PC needs to be on all the time. Nothing like that. It is super simple and very hands-off. However, it is worth noting, unfortunately, if you are in America, you are not allowed to own or run a node. However, perhaps if regulation changes, that is going to change in the future as well. The next question I've been getting is, can I upgrade my nodes? And while we don't have any details on this just yet, I have heard rumors that you will have an option to upgrade your nodes in the future. And this is what's going to allow you to benefit from those third-party integrations. So you'll be able to mint in-game items in those third-party games and earn additional rewards. Which leads us to our next question: is there a benefit to being part of a guild that has nodes? So if you're in a guild and the owners or whoever, if they have nodes, there are some benefits that you are going to get. There's going to be a bonus for being a member, similar to upgrading your nodes. We don't have any details on this just yet. It's just rumors. However, they are working on giving benefits to the guilds and its members since they bring them so many players. Next question: how do I buy the gun token? Similar to nodes, you currently can't, as they are still on testnet. You have to wait for mainnet to go live, which we don't know when that's going live. Hopefully in Q4, but it could be next year. We have no idea. And once it does, you're going to be able to find it on any exchange. And to do that, you can just go to a website like CoinMarketCap, type in gun here, and then just scroll down and you're going to see every single exchange that it's available on. And I assume it's going to be on all the major exchanges because this is going to be one of, if not the biggest game launch of the year. Which leads us to the final question: how do I get my gun tokens from the game into my bank account? Which I realize after my last video, there's a lot of people watching this who have never interacted with crypto. They've never had a wallet. They've never bought Bitcoin. So when the time comes, I will make an A to Z tutorial on how to do this. However, maybe there's going to be an option in the game or even in the GUNZ wallet, as there is currently a wallet that you can connect your account to off the grid and you can buy and sell items within your phone. But outside of that, since that is pure speculation, the traditional way would be through a marketplace. So you would send your gun tokens to your centralized exchange. From there, you can trade it freely and you would do a bank transfer from your exchange into your bank account, which yes, does require KYC. So you're going to have to prove your identity and then you'll have your money in your bank account. But like I said, when the time comes, I will do an A to Z tutorial on this. And that does it for today's video. If there's any question that I overlooked, or if there's something you still don't understand, feel free to leave me a question or comment in the comment section down below. I will answer all of them. Be careful, there's some fake crypto gorillas down there who are trying to get you to contact them and like send them money. I will never ask you to contact me. I will never ask you for money. Always verify it's my official account that is writing to you. And if you enjoy these kind of videos, if you want to see more, be sure to hit the like button. It really helps my channel grow. If you haven't already done so, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching Crypto Gorilla. Peace.